Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sop. I camp out with Lion Den Hawan Ben Yashawat in Jacksonville, Florida. But first I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Achians, and to the women and children. Ka Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Ha Rogak Wadash Mahamath. In the name of Yahweh Shai in spirit and holy and truth, Slaka. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the elders of GMS, and double honors to my elder Hawan. Salutation to the archangel on the four corners of the earth, and to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, this popped up on the phone. Mike Adams interviewed David Steinman on toxic chemicals and their impact on health. I believe the guy wrote a couple of books. It's nice that people, are writing books on what's going on, and they're giving their input solution, right? But we, so-called Negro Latinos, American speckled birds, we like to go with scripture, right? We like to pray in the name of Yahweh Shai to ask him to give us the solution, for him to be the solution. Okay? But anyway, he says some interesting things. I'm going to play a little bit of it. The title of this lesson, When the Righteous Are in Authority. Here we go.
Welcome, everyone, to today's interview here on Brighteon.com. I'm Mike Adams, the founder of Brighteon, and you're going to love our guest today because he's an author, a father, an activist about clean food and clean living and clean products and so on. As you know, if you follow me for any length of time, this is one of my favorite topic areas, and it's something that I practice every single day myself, avoiding all these toxins that can promote degenerative disease or loss of cognitive function or cancers or what have you. So our guest today is author, activist, and father David Steinman. His website is WilliamSteinman.com, and his newest book coming out is called Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins Every Day. And you can find that on Amazon and other booksellers, and that's coming out shortly in just a couple of, weeks or a couple of months here, depending on, I guess, how quickly they get these shipped out. But welcome, David. It's great to have you on the show today.
Oh, Mike, it's great to be here. I've been a big fan of your writing for years.
Have you really? Oh, well, that's nice to hear.
It's been so informative. And your stories get a lot of hits, too. I've read a lot of your stories over the years.
Well, thank you so much.
I think you've taught me a lot. I really appreciate it.
Wow, well, that means a lot coming from you, but we have so much in common in terms of our interests. I got into food science looking at heavy metals in nutritional supplements, for example, and then, ended up building a lab and doing all kinds of testing. And I want to ask you, what got you into this area that you've been writing about for many years? You have another book, here it is, Diet for a Poisoned Planet, going back to 2006. So you've been teaching this for quite some time as well. What got you started?
Well, I grew up in Los Angeles, California. I fished all of my teen and earlier years in the Santa Monica Bay. And when I was an investigative journalist for LA Weekly, we did a study that measured the levels of pesticides and industrial chemicals in people eating fish from the Santa Monica Bay.
Oh, wow.
And we discovered that people who ate the most locally caught fish had much higher levels of pesticide and industrial chemical residue, DDT and PCBs.
Not a surprise.
I was one of the people who had my own blood tested, and I had really high levels. Even though I was in my 20s, I had levels like someone who'd been exposed in an industrial accident. So I learned that 2,000 tons of DDT had been dumped into the Santa Monica Bay by a chemical company called Montrose that manufactured DDT well into the 80s in Los Angeles. That's how I got poisoned. I testified before Congress. We got the Santa Monica Bay designated as a Superfund site. And everyone was asking me, well, what is safe to eat? And this was before the internet, and there was very little information. That's when I published Diet for a Poison Planet, which became a bestseller. And it shared with people not only safe seafood, but what was safe to eat when it came to veggies, grains, meats, dairy, etc.
Wow. Well, and you and I both know, we've both been through this for many years, that the pesticide and herbicide manufacturers engage in all sorts of shenanigans, from paying people to ghostwrite, quote, scientific articles, or being in bed with regulators and so on. All kinds of subterfuge in order to keep their toxins legal in the food supply. What have you seen in that area that stands out?
Well, you're right. They write the laws. I mean, the pesticide industry has written all the laws regulating pesticides. The chemical industry has written the laws regulating chemicals. That's why we're in such a bad situation now. For many years, one of the myths that I try to bust in the new book, Raising Healthy Kids, is the one that a little bit of a poison like atrazine is okay to drink every day in your water, for example. We know from epidemiological studies that people who ingest chemicals like atrazine or benzene develop excess cancers.
That's right.
A little bit is not okay. The only attitude you can have as a parent is zero tolerance, because a little bit of atrazine or benzene in your drinking water is not okay for your pregnancy. It's not okay for your child. It's not okay for your adult body as a parent. And people are willing to accept that they're going to be drinking atrazine or another chemical in their water, because public officials will say, well, it's only 2 parts per billion. Do you know how small that is? That's like a drop of water in a swimming pool.
But when they're hormone disruptors, that's a huge dose.
Well, yeah, and it's not just a drop, because we're being exposed to so many different ways.
That's right.
And we know, Mike, we know from the studies, for example, that everyday exposure to chemicals like phthalates will cause learning difficulties, cognitive difficulties, attention deficit disorder, modified gender behavior, increased risk for cancer. And these risks come when kids are exposed at everyday levels.
That's right. And it's a combination, like you said. But, it's heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, the plasticizer chemicals, the phthalates, all of these things together. And, our audience understands this, that, of course, nobody in industry ever tests the combination of these and what kind of negative effects that might have on physiology.
Well, you're right. And, it's just that this isn't okay. I want to kind of put a face on what I'm talking about. A lot of the work that my nonprofit is doing right now is in Cancer Alley, Louisiana. That's the stretch of the Mississippi River from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. It's about 85 miles of almost around 200 factories, chemical factories. So when we say, let me just give you an example of how insidious this is and how bad it is. Say you want to say you're shopping for a wetsuit, right? Or a jump rope or something. You know what that's made from? It's made from neoprene, right? Most wetsuits still are made from neoprene.
Yes.
The handle in your jump rope might be made from neoprene. Well, I was just down in Reserve, Louisiana at the 5th Ward Elementary School. And there's about 400 kids and staff there through 4th grade. The school is right next to the Denka plastic plant, which is emitting a chemical called chloroprene at levels up to 70 times above what the EPA allows. These kids are breathing it every day. The teachers are breathing it every day. Chloroprene causes cancer. So, when I go shopping now, I try to avoid neoprene. In this case, because I really have a lot of friends in Reserve, Louisiana, and I know they're getting hurt by my shopping decisions. So I'm really trying to put a face on the damage we're doing to kids. That area of Louisiana, by the way, has among the highest cancer rates in the country.
Yes, and should also point out, your book, Raising Healthy Kids, which is coming out. Looks like the official published date is March 5th, but I guess people can pre-order it right now on Amazon or other booksellers. But kids, especially because they're in the developmental stages, they are highly, highly susceptible to exposure to these toxins where, the brains are developing, hormones are developing, body organs and tissues are being created. And the disruptive capabilities of even small exposures is magnified in children, is it not?
It is, and particularly during pregnancy. That's why in Raising Healthy Kids, I talk a lot about what to do during pregnancy, what chemicals to avoid. You go to the doctor as a couple who are pregnant, and the physician will tell you, well, get enough folic acid, don't smoke, don't drink. But they don't tell you that Johnson's baby shampoo that you're using is riddled with phthalates.
Uh-huh.
And they don't tell you that the hairspray you're using has phthalates, and that if you continue using these during pregnancy, you're going to affect your child's mental abilities. Maybe they will lose a point or two off their IQ. But I've just been helping my kids get through college apps. And a point or two of IQ is a big deal, and when we spread it across the nation, you wonder why there's so much societal dysfunction and everyone's looking at the symptoms. But Mike, I really believe that if we take a deeper biological look, we'll see a lot of the societal dysfunction is because kids' brains have been damaged and they're not as able to reason and deal with factual life. Because they don't have the capability to do that.
You just nailed it. Yeah. I think that we are living in a poisoned world. And as you just said, I believe, as a food scientist myself, I've developed methods for quantitation of herbicides, for example, glyphosate in our lab and so on. I believe that these exposures, not just herbicides, but the other toxins in food and personal care products, I believe they lead to violent behavior. They lead to more criminal type of violence. They lead to infertility. They lead to an inhibition of social developmental skills because of the neurological interference. And so our kids are growing up less able to get along with other kids, more prone to violence, more prone to emotional outbursts. Does this resonate with some of your own research?
Oh, it's definitely. The more kids that are given good food, toxin reduction during pregnancy, the better society will get. And
okay, let me just stop it right there. I think you're catching the hint that how bad food and water is. But the thing is that even though he wrote more than one book, I believe, about that he found or he knows a solution, that's not going to stop the criminal activity that governments and corporations to this day, 2024, are still doing. Okay? All these things that they're talking about, the behavior, the growth, the damage that it does to people's health and to children's, these industries and the governments, they know it. All right? Before they put it in the market, they know what it's going to do. Right? These toxic chemicals. And I'm pretty sure that many people, have or been suing. But can you imagine what's going to happen when everybody, falls in line or participates into this digital currency, invisible money? How they're going to have total control of everyone's well-being, and they decide who can be well and who cannot? What was his name? Wasn't it Carl Schwab that said that you will own nothing and be happy and eat bugs? Well, if the food that we're eating right now, they made a mess of it, right? Imagine what they're going to do with the bugs. Right? So we call in the name of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai to come and remove these wicked bastards from the face of the earth. Okay? and to remove their corporations, to move this world system, this wicked world system on earth. Okay? It causes too much damage, and it's getting worse. I want to go to Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people moan. Right? Bear rule, to have dominion, to reign over. Okay? I mean, there's an old saying, how that goes again, that old saying, you tell me what you eat, and I'll tell you who you really are. Well, the other saying is, tell me what you believe in, and I can tell you who you really are. You know, we test the spirit. Now, the governments and the corporations of these toxic chemicals throughout the years already have shown to the world through their actions who they are. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat, Republican, whatever he calls himself. I forgot what he said, Liberian or whatever. It doesn't matter what name they come up with. Okay, the wicked that are in power have made a mess of everything. They don't deserve to be in power no more. They are a disgrace to the whole world. Okay? They don't know how to manage power righteously. They have shown how wicked they are, and now they're going to show how wickeder they really are when they go into that new digital currency system. Right? Because then that way they can now do whatever they want. They can steal more and promote more toxic. Right? I want to jump to verse 12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. Yeah. Right? And that's what we're living today. Rulers today hearken to lies. Right? Because they'll get this fake money, you know, to do whatever they wanted to make rules that's really damaging the earth and the people and the children. Right? They don't stop. They're not going to quit. That's the time we need Yahweh Shah to come back and remove them from power. Right? And destroy their kingdom and remove the world, this wicked world, from the face of the earth. Slakia, verse 26. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment comes from Yahweh. Okay? So they're being set up, while they like it or not, while they're aware of it or not, while they comprehend it or not, while they care or not. Okay? Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shah has set them up to keep on doing their wickedness and to bring their wickedness to the highest level that they've always been desiring to bring, which is to rule the whole world, to put everything in the internet, digital system, right? And to introduce, they call it a currency when it's really invisible money, right? Where they want to, decide who buys what, who can spend what, who works, who doesn't work, and if you say something they don't like, right, that it can turn off the currency, the bank system on you, right? So why participate when you already know that that's going to happen? You see? Proverbs chapter 28. Give me a minute. I'll turn my page here. Verse 12. Verse 12. When righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Yeah. Because all they do is destroy, man. That's all they know how to do. Right? They don't do nothing right. Everything they touch turns into right? It's amazing. Verse 13. He that covers his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confess and forsakes them shall have mercy. Well, the good news is that to the so-called Negros, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds, we're the only ones that can receive mercy, salvation, redemption, right? And mercy. The Edomites, no. They don't get none of that. And they know that, okay? I mean, when you take a good look, I mean, he said in the era, well, he said in the 80s, I think he said, the internet was not, that advanced. Now you can go into the internet and you can look at all the toxic things that they have been making and promoting, right? And to keep acting and playing that, oh, we don't know what causes people's health damage or the environment. Now they want to come out and protect the environment, right? But still, look at all the stores, what they're promoting, right? Look at these Bill Gates, Elon Musk, George Soros flying in jet planes or riding their yachts, Slakia, right? They're still promoting toxic around the world, right? Verse 14, happy is a man that fears always, but he that harden his heart, his mind, shall fall into mischief. Yeah. Mischief, bad, evil, wicked, ethically. Those are the Edomites, man. Okay? Every day, every night, all they do is plan how to make poison, toxic things. Right? They're not righteous to begin with. Okay? And that part in the Bible that says in Job chapter 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. If our people to this day, 2024, cannot see that, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American speckled birds, it's because Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai has not given you to see it. Because he knows what's in your heart, what's in your mind. Right? Some of you are wicked. Verse, I read 14 already. I want to go to Psalm chapter 32. Psalm chapter 32, verse 3. When I keep silent, my bones wax old through my roaring all day long. Yeah. A lot of our people, they think that, well, there's nothing we can do. They're more wicked people than good people. So, just accept it. It is what it is. Right? No. Scripture says different. We have a king. King of kings and Lord of lords, who's coming back. Right? And all we have to do is go in the highways and byways as a living sacrifice and read the judgment to these wicked people in the world that are in power, so Yahweh can send Yahweh Shai back. Okay? Verse 4, for days and night thy land was heavy upon me, thy hand, Slakia, was heavy upon me. My moisture is turned into the drought of summer. Yeah. Thirsty, hungry. The foods today, they don't have the amount of vitamins and minerals that it used to be because they all take them out of it and put it in a bottle. I mean, that's wicked, right? And say, oh yeah, if you want those vitamins and minerals, you got to go buy the bottle because we took some of it, which is a lot really they took out of the food, right? Bananas used to have seeds, by the way. A lot of you probably never seen a banana with seeds, okay? I used to grow bananas in Aruba when I lived in Aruba one time, okay? And I grew mangoes, papaya, sugar cane. So These are things that people buy in the store, but they don't know that most of these foods, not most of them, a lot of these foods have been tampered with. Okay? The wicked governments and big corporations have committed treason in the highest level. Verse 5, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. I say, I will confess my transgression unto Yahweh, and thou forgives the iniquities of my sin. Yeah. We have that remedy, the so-called Negro Latinos, Native American speckled birds. Okay? Now, of course, the Edomites do this because they want all of us to stay in sin. They need us. Okay? We don't need them. They need us. Right? Because without us, they will not have what they have today. Because everything that they got belongs to us, to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? They're still standing on stolen land. And they want to keep insisting, right, that the immigrants that are coming in the wrong way. When the Edomites, from the beginning of, what's his name? Columbus, came in the wrong way. Right? They're funny, man. Verse 6, for this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee, in a time when thou may be found, surely in the flood of great water. In the multitude of people, yeah. Wake up. You so-called Negros Latinos, American speckled birds. Things are going to get worse. The food is getting worse. The air is getting worse. The water is getting worse. The clothes that we have to wear is getting worse, right? Soon, the money is going to get worse, sir. It was already worse when we had to use that paper Federal Reserve note. Now, we're going to be playing with digital currency, fake invisible money, and pretend that we have something. Oh, man. This is too much, okay? We need Yahweh Shai, man, to come back and remove this madness, man. They shall not come near unto him. Yeah. If you come back, you so-called Negros Latinos, Native American speckled birds, you come back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? And repent, right? With fear and trembling. Because if you're not going to have fear, how are you going to then understand what love is? How are you going to understand the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? And if you keep your eyes wide open, it's getting bad. They're already talking about the disease X, right? That's coming with many pandemics, right? Worldwide. I mean, they sound so proud when they talk about it, right? They even smile. Verse 7, thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with song of deliverance. You see? He's the only way. Yahweh Shai. That's our hidden place, man. No hiding in the bunker, under a rock, wherever you think you can, in a cave. It's not going to change or stop the wrath that is coming on earth from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because this wicked system has done so much damage to the earth. Okay? And to the air, and to the water, to the food, to the people, to the children. That they make it sound like it's all good. Right? Just keep trusting in them. No, they need to be removed from power permanently. Okay? They cannot handle the blessing that was given to them. Okay? They can't handle it. They don't know how to use it for righteousness. Okay? For righteousness. They made a mess of everything. Verse 8, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the ways which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with my eyes, right? With his people, the elders, right? They're all over the world. But if you're going to come in with another name through another door, because, I don't believe Yahweh Shai is that name, man. You know, he has many names. Well, you know, if you are married, try to call your wife by another name. Make sure that you do it when you're in bed with the lights off. See how that works. Right? Or try to call your son and daughter by another name. See if they respond. Give it a try. Put it to the test. I want to go to Proverbs chapter 26. Verse 3. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back. Yeah. What do you think that the Edomites are doing to all of us by polluting the air, the water, the food, the clothes, and the money? They want us dumb us down. I mean, that's already been going on for years. They want to make it more and more worse. Okay? Now, since they see that that's taking too long, well, once they bring in this digital currency, invisible money, rest assured, I mean, they already said disease X, okay? X unknown, right? So rest assured, they're going to mandate that everybody has to take, right, the MOTV to protect you, to save you, right, from these pandemics. And then once you take it, lo and behold, now they can really dumb you, right? Remember, they have to get people to take the MOTV, the C-hit, the Charagma, right? Because they want you to fight for them when Yahweh comes back. You so-called Negros Latinos, American speckled birds. While they go hide underground bunkers, right? They're just to show you how brave they really are. All this technology, all these weapons that they have, right? But they're going to go and hide and say, no, you go. Hey, on top of that, they're going to be sending their own people. You go, no, you go, okay? You go and fight. Here are all the toys that we made, that we invented. They work good. They're going to protect you. Go ahead. It's all good. Nah, man. The Edomites have to go. And this wicked kingdom empire has to go with them also. Psalm 37, chapter 37. Give me a minute when I go there. Verse 18. Yahweh knows the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. That's right. See, we know that we're going to be getting an inheritance when Yahweh comes back. We know, us, Hebrew Israelites, okay, the so-called Negros Latinos, Native Americans and speckled birds have been called. We know he's coming back. And we know that the wicked ones are going to be removed. So all this talk that they're doing about that they're going to own everything and that you're going to be happy because you're going to have nothing and eat bugs, it's all talk. Because that's all they're going to be able to do. Because time is running short for them. And eventually they're going to have to move much faster. Right? And they will become aggressive as time goes on. Okay? They're going to have to do something so mass right? As the Bible says, they were coming like the flood. Because they're not everybody around the world are going to obey and listen to this baloney-ness that they keep promoting. I want to go to, I'm 30, give me slack, verse 19. Yep. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. Famine, hunger, lack of food. That's going to come because the Edomites are going to have to do something real drastic to make everybody get on their knees. Didn't they? Wasn't that also happen? A famine went in the time and era of Joseph. Well, it's going to happen again, right? And how many people you think are going to be able to say, well, I'm not going to run to the Egyptians for help? Hell no. When they start seeing people and eating children, I mean, that's going to bring people's horror and fear to the bones, right? So they're going to run to Egypt for protection, for help, right? Not everyone, okay, but a lot of them. Verse 20. But but the wicked shall perish, and the enemy of Yahweh shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away. Yeah. Because, Russia, China, and other countries are aiming their missiles to this Egypt place called America. Okay? Which really is Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai who is doing this. Right? He's going to cling this wicked so-called America with fire. And he's going to show the whole world what true righteous power really is. And what happens when a government or corporations of a big army, how he cleans them out permanently with fire. And don't forget those so-called UFOs, okay, then the Bible that are called chariots or clouds, that Yahushua is coming back with a host of angels, he's going to be sapping and disintegrating people left and right. Yeah. On top of that, the wild beasts that are going to be turned loose from zoos and from the wilderness, coming and eating people as well. Huh? Yeah, a lot of people are going to run to Egypt for help. Okay? They won't be able to hang. I want to go to, Slaka. I'm going to leave it with Genesis chapter 45. Give me a minute. Keeping it short tonight. Chapter 45, verse 9. Haste you. Okay? Haste means to be hurry, to hasten, prepare quickly, make speed, speedily. Okay? Here we go. Verse 9. Haste you, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thou said, thy son Joseph, Yahweh has made me Lord of all Egypt. Woo! Let's look into that word Lord. Firm, strong, master of household affairs. Wow. Huh? Yeah, these Edomites forgot who is the master. Yahweh Shai. Huh? Come down unto me, tarry not. Okay? So when Joseph was sold to the Egyptian in slavery, by his brothers, it was all planned by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Years later, look what happened. Right? Droughts were hitting left and right, where they had to go into the city to buy food. And they didn't recognize their own brother. In their wildest dream, they never thought that Joseph was going to be in charge. So, same story goes with Yahweh Shai. He's in charge. And all we have to do is go in the highways and byways as a living sacrifice and do these lessons to the best of our ability day and night. Right? When we go in camp or when we are, in our own homes. I mean, eventually they're going to turn off the internet. They're going to have to do something to stop this word from going out. Okay? Verse 10. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, and thou and thy children's children, and thy flock, and thy herd, and all that thou hast. Yeah. When you look at this spiritually, it's talking about all the so-called Negros, Latinos, Mexicans, and speckled birds, right? But the only thing is that he's only coming for 144,000 chosen elect and 1/3. 2/3, okay, are not going to humble themselves to the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They're too prideful, right? They want to, a lot of them want to hold on to that Jesus, right? Blue eyes, long blonde hair, that loves wearing high heels, but his real name is Caesar Borgia. Or they got another name. I hear so many different names, I lose track, to be honest with you. But when you tell them, no, it's Yahweh the Father, Yahweh Shai the Son. Oh, man, that's another name? No, that is the name, No matter how many times it won't connect with them. And that's how you know they're not called. Okay? We don't control that. That is controlled by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. He has the records from the beginning and the present of all of us. And he knows what everyone has to be going, what laws everyone has to go through, and what judgments. Okay? And it says here, I already read that, verse 11. I'll leave it with verse 11. And there will I nourish thee, for yea that there, I gotta read this again. Verse 11, and there will I nourish thee, for yea, there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen right now. We don't know how long the famine is going to last, okay? Just like we don't know when Yahushua is going to come back. Not even the angels know that. But one thing is for sure, okay? That when this famine hits, when this pandemic hits, to make it more clear, you're not going to be able to go to stores, right, to buy food. Because if you don't take the digital currency system, right, along with the MOTV that they're going to mandate, that's it, right? I mean, they're already talking about now more than before the, what they call that? The universal income. They're making it sound real great and beautiful. I think it's what? 2,000 or 3,000 a month, right? Everybody, wow, man, look at those numbers. Yeah, I can live good with that. Nah, man. That's all a setup. You see? One has to make a stand by their action, not only by words. Okay? The only way that all this can be solved is for those who are so-called Negro Latinos, Native American and speckled birds, right? To humble themselves, repent, and pray in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, so he can come back and remove this kingdom, this wicked empire, these Edomites, right? From the face of the earth. I mean, he's going to put them in slavery, okay? I mean, they're going to have to be punished for what they did, right? And then after that, you know, like the scripture said, after 1,000 years, he won't be needing them no more, okay? I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say, Shalom.